Hey, what's going on everybody? Boilon here and welcome to another Marvel Strike Force event video recording from Sheffield, England. Yes, I finally got to the destination that I meant to get to, and today we're going to be covering the Darkhawk character release event, which is going to be going live on Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific. Now, this is a Blitz Fiesta, so do get your Blitz hands ready because you're going to be doing this for about the next 7 days when the event goes live. And if you want to get a 4-star free to play, then you're going to want to watch this video because we're going to find out exactly how many shards that you can get depending on how many blitz rotations that you want to do. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. Now, before we get started, we're going to be doing a recap of week 3, 3.5, whatever, of the month of October, and kind of looking at where we are with the month-long events. So as you can see here, we have all the numbers plugged in here for Fight or Flight, or Fright or Flight, whatever they end up calling it in game. Werewolf Warzone number 2, and Quick Rumble 4, which is going to be the symbiote one on Friday. And if you add all this together with the stuff that we have so far, we come up with a total of 815,000, kind of rounding up, which means that we're 85,000 points from the end goal, which is not bad. You know, we still have a couple of events still to go. We have this Unkillable Force on October 30th, which is meant to be, I think, Zombie Juggernaut. Skeleton Standoff, which I forget. I don't know if this is Crucible. It might be Crucible. Is this a Crucible? Do we already have that? I don't know. I think it might be. And then Quick Rumble, again, the final one. And then we also have another Free Claim Friday to add in there. So my guess is, though, like, because if we look at the 63,000 that Fight or Flight is worth, or whatever, the Darkhawk event, and then we look at some of these other events, I think it might be kind of tight. My guess is it's only going to be like maybe like plus 30k surplus, whereas in previous months we actually had quite a bit more. So I'm kind of thinking that this is kind of going back to the days where, you know, it wasn't really that much of a surplus. So do keep that in mind, that if you miss too many things this month, that you may not get the 900k, you know, if you didn't do everything. So especially those alliance-based events, which I know people love, right? So anyways, just bear that in mind. So we're going to jump ahead and we're going to start talking about Fight or Flight. And some things that I do want to note, which is in the chart here, is that you will be getting some Darkhawk shards alongside your blitzing. So how you're going to get, you know, these orb fragments to open up for Darkhawk is you're just going to be blitzing. And particularly, you need to win your blitz matches. So make sure that you are. Make sure that you have largely optimal blitz setups so that you can try and win as many as you can. And believe it or not, that you can actually get pretty far in this event milestone if you're willing to blitz a lot. I think it's only these blitz heavy events where you can actually get significantly pretty far actually on these milestones. So we'll take a look at that as well when we get to that. So let's dive back into the charts here, and we're going to have Fight or Flight, whatever. It's a 7-day event where you're going to be blitzing. There's going to be Alliance donations, and there's going to be coins. And just to be clear, that for Alliance donations, you need to make sure that you get this final box. Yes, I still have the Allied Orb thing going on as I'm recording it, but make sure that you're getting this final 5th box, which is going to require about half your Alliance to donate 50 cores. Seems like they want your cores all the time. I guess the good thing about this, which, you know what, now that I think about it, I didn't really include necessarily, but it will go towards this as well, because when you spend 1 power core, you do actually get 10 points for this. So it's quite a bit. Now, I have this listed here for spend 200 cores daily. So for the sake of argument, because I don't want to add that on, let's just assume that your 50 core donation might be included somewhere in here. So you get 1 point per, not Celestial Orb Fragment, it's the Dark... It was whatever the Darkhawk Orb Fragment is. I forgot the name of it. But anyways, that's what it's going to be for the video. So it's 1 to 1 for that, and then 1 to 10 for power cores. We'll see if that maintains when it actually goes live or when we get the preview for that. So that should be interesting as well. Now you're going to get 14,000 web milestone points, or orb fragments rather, for this. So this is the Shi'ar Shriek. This is your Alliance donation stuff. So you're going to get like Celestial Talon Orb, sorry. So you're going to get 1 full Celestial Talon Orb every single day, and you're going to get 14,000 fragments, or about 7 orbs over the course of this event. So keep that in mind as well. Free claims, we don't really know yet. So when the event does go live, and I'll be posting the official like final version on my Discord, I will include the free claims. It's probably not going to be much. My guess is it'll be like a quarter of an orb daily or something like that. That's what we've been getting lately. We've been getting a lot of like 500 milestone points plus like 500 fragments, something like that. So it may add to like the total, but it's not going to be hugely significant. Now you do need to get to 76,000 milestone points though to get all the event milestone stuff, and this is actually fairly easy to do. So we'll kind of take a look at those numbers as well. Now, so if we take this 14,000 and the 14,000 from the cores that you're going to be spending daily, then really you just need to kind of blitz for 48,000 fragments left over to get the event item. Also, excuse my random ass shades of blue on here because like I'm switching from Excel to Google Docs and I just could not find the same blue that I normally do. So like, yeah, things are really messed up on my colors. So my apologies if this really kills your eyes. But anyways, so 48,000 orb fragments left that you need to do for the event item, and we're going to be going with 55 average orb fragments per blitz win. Now this was the value that we had from Beta Ray Bill, and actually from up here you might have noticed that I had a Beta Ray Bill orb estimated value was 2.69. Now this may be different, and I'm gonna say possibly subject. Nope, my subject to change button's not working anymore because I can't find the image for that. So my apologies. I was just trying to do that. So this could be subject to change. It could be varied slightly. Like I think the Star Lord event before that was not much different. It was like 2.65 maybe or something like that. So the orb EV could change a little bit, but by and large, I think it's not going to change significantly. So just keep that in mind. We're going to be benching it with this anyways from Beta Ray Bill's event. So about 55 orb fragments per blitz win. Now we're going to be doing this with 50 teams in mind. Now I think you can get somewhere around 52 teams, and I know that not everyone wins all of this, so my apologies. I used to do 45, but we're doing it at 50 now. So basically one blitz rotation is going through 50 of your teams and winning all of that. You know, you may not win all of that, but just that's what I'm doing for here. You could win more fragments with RNG because obviously there's going to be a minimum drop. So for Beta Ray Bill's event, there was a minimum orb fragment drop of 20, but the average was around 55. So we're using 55 times 50 would get you about 2750, and almost like an orb and a half per rotation. So these are the numbers if you do it over 4 rotations, 6 rotations, and 8 rotations. And so I do have like separate scenarios down below that we're going to take a look at depending on how hardcore you are with blitzing and how hard you want to push this. So we need a total of 17.5 rotations in order to get the event item. This is pretty easy. This is about, as long as you're doing 50 teams, per blitz rotation, this is about 2.5 rotations every single day. This is a below average, I would say. I think, the kind of expectation these days are around 4 blitz rotations daily. So keep that in mind. Like if you want to unlock them and do well, you're probably looking at 3 to 4 blitz rotations, but the event item actually isn't that bad. And of course, this does not include the free claim. So the estimated orbs to unlock Darkhawk at the estimated value of the orb is about 35. And we can see here that, you get about 5.5 orbs per day if you're doing 4 rotations daily. Now this over 7 days is like 45.5. So you can see that's well above the 35 orbs that you're going to need to unlock Darkhawk. So you could probably do like 3 rotations a day and you'll still get a 3-star unlock for Darkhawk. So keep that in mind. Now, if you do 4 rotations daily, that's going to give you about 119,000 milestone points, or about milestone 14 out of 20. And that does give you, if I can get to the right chart, that does give you the 7 red kestrel. So this is at 114,000, milestone 14, and you do get the 7 red kestrel, which is really nice. So if you do 4 rotations a day, at 50 teams per rotation, that you will walk away with a 7 red kestrel. Now your total shard potential for this, again, is using the estimated value of the orb times the total amount of orb fragments that you're going to get, and you're going to walk away with about 132 shards. This is about 122 from the orbs and then 10 from the milestone. So remember that there's some Darkhawk shards in here depending on how far you push in this. So you're just getting these 10 here, you're not getting the rest down here. So moving on to 6 rotations daily. Again, you're going to get about like 8.25 orbs per day roughly, and then over 7 days that's going to be 65 orbs, and then the milestone points here at 157,500, and that's roughly about milestone 16. So we're kind of going up about 2 milestones for every 2 rotations daily. Now what does that get you here that's kind of a little bit different? Well, you're getting actually some Elite 6 credits, not a lot, I'll be honest. Like there's some teal stuff that you get in here, but it's not a significant improvement between 14 and 16, but obviously you're getting 10 more Darkhawk shards, so that's good too. And so you're going to be getting 20 additional milestone shards for Darkhawk and roughly about 174 orb shards from all of the blitzing that you're doing, and that's going to give you 194 shards. And actually, probably about 199 with the free claim as well. I didn't add the 5 from the free claim. And that's going to give you a 4-star. So if you want to do 6+ rotations daily, that's going to get you a 4-star Darkhawk completely free to play. Now, if you want to be super, super hardcore, and this is going to be like, 8 rotations daily plus blitz charges and all that. I'm not going to include blitz charges. I don't know how many you want to spend or how much you have. But anyways, you can always push and just, spend that. Make sure you're doing that anyways. The 25, 25, 25s on the blitz charge. It'll give you a little bit more orb fragments. But anyways, if you're doing this daily, if you're doing 8 rotations daily, you're going to get 11 orbs every day, which is a lot. And over the 7 days, that's going to be 84 orbs. Now, the milestone points is pretty crazy. It's almost 200,000. And that gets you milestone 18 out of 20. So where does that get you? Well, now you're getting 17 and 18 milestones. And that gives you 20 augmented tempered osmium and 20 Darkhawk shards. Alongside some of these, I think these are what? G17 minis. Pressurized tanks and omnium more, so that's pretty good too. And specifically the 20 osmium though, I think is going to be really worthwhile because there's a lot of good characters that use augmented tempered osmium, so this will be a good thing. But obviously this is super hardcore blitzing, 8 rotations every day. Don't you can't forget, and I don't think that we're going to be on the 1-hour rotation. It's still 2-hour rotations, which I hate. So I'm on holidays. I'm not going to be doing this. I'm probably going to be somewhere here between like the 4 and the 6, whatever I end up doing, or whenever I remember to blitz. But the total shard potential is pretty high. So you're getting 226 orb shards and the 40 from the milestones. So you're getting everything here. The 10 here, the 10 here, and the 20 here. You're not getting this final milestone 20, which is 30 Darkhawk shards there and 25 tempered osmium. So what is a whalestone for this event? 19 and 20 is actually not as many as previous events. So you are going to be able to push pretty far if you're willing to put the blitz effort in. It's pretty crazy, but hey, it is what it is. If you want to grind, then here's the grind, and you can get more stuff out of that. You can get more Darkhawk shards. I always get tongue-tied with them for some reason. Anyways, so that's quite a bit. It's like kind of 4.5 star. Maybe if you spent some 675 core orbs, maybe you'll have 5 star at the end of your 8 rotations daily. But anyways, I'm gonna be up here probably trying to get the 4 star. So I'll be like, I don't know, 5-6 rotations daily to try and get 4 star. I did pull some core orbs, so maybe I don't need that many shards. Maybe I'm like somewhere like 5 rotations daily, so that's probably what my goal is personally. So some final notes for this event. The EV is based on Beta Ray Bill's orb, which may be subject to change a bit. It might go up, it might go down. When I post my final version on my Discord channel on the day of the event, I'll make sure that the correct number is included in there. I don't expect it to change very dramatically though. Using an average orb fragment drop of 55, this is what we're using as well. Previously, it was a minimum of 20 during this event, but that's a rare drop, so usually it averages somewhere around 55. We'll see if this changes dramatically as well. We'll see when the event goes live. Drop rates could be a bit different on this event and has been known to change from time to time. Now, they normally just change it very slightly, so it's not anything major. So all of this information here should be largely correct anyways, but if there's something crazy different, I'll be sure to post that when I become available. Overall, if you're looking to score a 4-star free-to-play, then be expected for 6+ rotations to be safe. So obviously, if that's your goal, because don't forget, it's going to be super important for you to get that 4-star free-to-play, right? You really want to make sure that you're getting that, because when the showcase event goes live, which isn't too long from now, the Project Pegasus showcase finale, you need to make sure that you're at 4 yellow stars for Darkhawk. So, this is probably it. Maybe there's going to be a pass before before the finale goes away. I'm not sure, to be honest. So to be safe, try to blitz as much as you can to get that 4-star if that's your goal. However, it does seem for once you can actually push quite a few milestones if you're a heavy blitzer. So that's nice. I wish all the events kind of had that ability, but it's mostly just these heavy blitz events. So that's going to be everything, everyone, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend here, and we'll have some more Marvel Strike Force videos in the days to come that I've managed to record here over the weekend. And yeah, of course, everyone knows that I'm on holiday still, so expect mostly my videos to be the event video stuff and maybe some news stuff that I decided to put out as well. But until next time, everybody, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out from Sheffield, England.